Hello, this is Codes of Harmony. Part 2 of the ancients have awoken from beneath the ice. So it's very ironic that I'm doing it on like this incredibly hot day. You may hear the fan. I have a very sensitive, beautiful puppy that may make noise throughout this video. Oh my god, it's so hot. Oh my gosh. I can't believe they've got me doing this fucking reading right now. But anyways, welcome. Okay. Just one moment. Just to get even more extra. Yeah, so I've been getting some really major downloads, and for a long time now I've been receiving this download around sacred sites being unveiled or found. And I'm realizing that that is connected to what's taking place at the moment, which is large-scale ice melting. Okay. Please excuse. Sorry, not sorry. As one of my favorite readers says. Okay. So it's going to be a channeled message. It may not resonate with everybody. If it does resonate with you, please take what does. Please take what does. Please keep what resonates and leave the rest for somebody else. As you will also find, all of my videos are timeless. They're wanting me to explain all of this. Welcome to Codes of Harmony, where everything is deeply intuitive. And basically, it's going to be a combination of channeling. It's a part 2 of this download I'm receiving around ancient knowledge and ancient DNA that is being unlocked from beneath the ice. And the way that it's being channeled to me, through me to you, is that there are ancient beings that have been waiting in the lakes underneath the ice, under the glaciers. So it's really interesting that I'm doing it on such a hot day. I'm a channel. So this is channeling. If you don't know what channeling is, this will be a very strange experience for you. You're welcome all the same, but it would be helpful if you knew what channeling was. And at different points in your journey and of awakening, you will be able to receive different messages, different codes, and unlock different codes within yourself at different times. Okay, thank you for the huge intro. Yeah, all likes, shares, and subscribes are always welcome, of course, as it helps us bounce out these messages and these videos to get to more members of the collective, so we can all rise together and awaken to our best capacity. I'm just going to clear the energy and focus in. If you need to fast forward, if you really cannot wait, you're welcome to, but I would encourage you to actually take some deep breaths, tune into the sound healing that I'm about to open the space with. Calling in extra protection, I acknowledge your ancestors, my ancestors, and the ancestors of the ground on which I stand. And I'm Codes of Harmony. Please give me clear and divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. Let's see if we can pull in some more details around the ancients that have awoken beneath the glaciers, beneath the ice. I'm going to be working with the Myths and Mermaids Oracle of the Water, which is an oracle deck. So going to be minimal cards, really beautiful, like stunning artwork. And channeling. Let's see if we can tap into this a little bit more. I've also had like really so many dreams last night, like the night of 1,000 dreams, it felt like. Please give me clear and divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. So just clear any energy that you find is still sitting within you. I really I'm so like hot at the moment. I really don't care about what I look like. I mean, not that I care that much anyways, which is interesting also considering the video I'll be making after this about Venus. Please give us clear divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. That's interesting. Wow. Okay. So the card that we have got is number 12, Reaching for Sunset. And it's this incredible image. Oh, it's so interesting. So they're all different mermaids, right? And this is a mermaid that is below the surface of the water and holding their hands up with a beam of sunlight coming through the water. And you can see the waves on top. But because of the channeling, what this is about, and the download that started coming through yesterday around, you know, as within, as without. So it's the ancients, the ancient beings, energies that have been sitting under the ice. Okay, here we go. The ancient energies that have been sitting under the ice are not only there in that physical 3D location, they are also in the DNA, in the cellular structure and DNA of many awoken beings, as well as unawoken who are becoming awakened. Okay, so I'm having some light codes come through with my hands. This is energy work using the meridians. So it feels like someone or some people watching are very open to this message, but are struggling to let go of their 3D perceptions of reality. So let's just clear that for you. Thank you. I'm also a medicine woman of First Nations heritage of many different parts of this earthly plane. And I've had many lives, which is also coming through in the download yesterday. So a lot of you actually do have past lives that are connected to Inuit culture, to Canada, to ancient Mesopotamia, to very ancient civilizations that existed before the earth, the second stage of the earth reshaping. Okay, light codes and light language, if you find that beyond your layer or level of comprehension or perception, then there are lots of amazing, incredible tarot readers that you can find here on YouTube. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. There's also thousands of people who create content around light language and light codes. And if you happen to be seeing this, regardless of your reaction to it at the moment, you may actually have an ability of activation within your hands, within your meridian, within your vessel, as well as activation of light codes and light language that sits within you. They're explaining the light codes and the light language that sits within you. I almost said with Inuit. Is connected to the DNA that has been awoken below the glaciers. I'm going to show you this card now, which I intended on doing like 5 minutes ago. This is reaching for sunset. And it's amazing because of what we're talking about. The waves actually look, the waves are coming across and reading as the glaciers, as the mountains, as the ice scape. So it's really interesting that it's been designed as waves, and there's a very clear surface. I just heard surface breaker, that this mermaid is below, and the fact that it is reaching for sunset, it's almost like waiting for sunset. And the reason that all the ice is melting is because of the intense shift in weather patterns that we have a lot to be responsible for. But that's not what this video is about. If you're here, I imagine you're relatively conscious towards that, and already hold that information within you on some level, understanding of the impact that human beings have had understanding the impact that human beings have had on the course of this planet. We also must be brave and call in positivity as we face these disastrous global disasters. Speaking of the sound of the ice. And what it sounds like when wind moves across the glaciers. There's a certain phenomenon that takes place. They're saying, I'm channeling. If you don't know what that is, you can press pause and go find out and come back. There's a certain phenomenon that takes place, an audio phenomenon that takes place in between the glaciers and in the tunnels under the ice, through the glaciers, between the glaciers. And this, I can't, they're not giving me the name of this phenomenon. But they're showing it to me, and it's about like almost like a wind tunnel, or something about the way that the wind moves across these huge expansive miles and miles and miles of snow and ice and glaciers, the North Pole and South Pole, and the regions close to. And they're saying that that is us singing to you. They are saying this is us singing to you across the ice, through the glaciers. Now they're showing rain falling. And they're talking about the connectivity of beings from everywhere on this planet. They're talking about the rain that falls on you is connected to to the water they once drank. To the snow that cradles the baby polar bear. To the songs that we once sung together. They're talking about a round table. Now they're showing me King Arthur and the sword in the stone. They're talking about a round table of ancient beings that has been sitting in meeting, in contemplation. Now they're showing me a cave for many, 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 many years waiting. You may notice me using different sound instruments as we move through these messages. They're asking me to show you this card again. If you have the ability to see or to look into the phone or the screen at the moment, please do, for there are extra messages held there for you. This is us waiting for the sunset, waiting for the heat, waiting for the fire that we always knew would come. I actually heard cometh, which is like some Shakespearean level stuff. Also, please excuse if there are other noises at the moment. Everything is part of the message. Everything is part of the divine message and way that you will receive it and I will deliver it. This is Codes of Harmony. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Thank you for everything that you are, the dark, the light, the soft, the hard, the ancient, the juvenile, the lineage that you hold and carry. And for those who will see this video who are embracing the new DNA activations, these DNA activations have been taking place for the last 3 years approximately. My voice is sounding so deep to me right now, like I have quite a range, but this is like a very, it's from below the glaciers. They're also mentioning Finland and Iceland and the volcanoes. The volcanoes. Now they're talking of Hawaii and the goddess of fire and the volcanoes, saying that we have a special place for her at our round table. Please give me clear divine guidance, be most beneficial for everyone involved. If you are resonating with this rather deep channeled message, I also guess I should vocalize and be clear that I've been doing a lot of channeling off camera, that I've been doing a lot of internal work, a lot of harnessing, practicing my skill of channeling. This may be relevant to you, some of you. I was also gifted this fabric wall hanging, and it's funny because it kind of looks a little bit like me in my fairy form. So they're wanting me to point that out to you. The next, wow, okay. I've also been drawn to start working with tapping as I do channeling, and it's also been helping. Okay. Please let me clear divine guidance to be most most beneficial for everyone involved. We have number 20, the manta ray mermaid, and this is just such a, it's making me feel strangely emotional. I'll hold the card up to the screen. So manta rays are like giant, stingrays, and I'm seeing them migrating, flocking together. And if you've ever seen video, or if you've even been blessed to see that in real life, it is one of the most serene, spectacular, and ancient, primordial, almost alien-like, extraterrestrial looking in, you know, as many sea creatures are. And this mermaid is swimming with them. This is you swimming with your ancestors. The ancestors before the ancestors, they're saying. The ancestors before your ancestors were ever recorded. The ancestors before there was ever a page and a pen to record with. A stone, a chisel. The manta ray, the stinging ray, may symbolize something else for you. Please give me clear divine guidance that will be most beneficial for everyone involved. So the ancients have been waiting for you. The ancients have been waiting for you. The ancient you has been waiting for you. The ancient self is the knowing self, is the self that rises with the sun and settles with the nightfall, who knows danger when they sense it, and liberation and freedom interwoven into their very beingness. Please give me clear divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. Part 2 of this series, the ancients have awoken from beneath the glaciers, from beneath the ice. A time capsule, an alive, awoken time capsule. They're now showing me this, my spinal cord just totally lit up. A lot of you may be having sensations around your nervous system. I just heard vagus nerve, your spinal cord particularly. This will definitely be connected to Kundalini energy. They're explaining that Kundalini energy is part of what is keeping them safe and warm underneath this, within this time capsule. Please give me clear divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. Wow. Trilobites. Okay, so this is a relatively new oracle deck that I'm working with. I mean, new to me. Trilobites are like, they kind of look like little lobsters, but I believe they are an even more ancient creature. So now they're showing me fossils. I'm holding it up to the screen. If you have the ability to see with your physical eyes and the ability to look at the screen right now, you may do so. This is also number 44. This is an important, significant number. They're mentioning the 4th day of the 4th month in 2025 to come. You may be seeing the number 44. Some of you may be 44 years old. Some of you have children who have just turned 4. You may be seeing license plate numbers. You may be, a lot of you, it will be coming in the change that you receive or the price that something costs when you go to the checkout. It's interesting they're mentioning that. That makes me think about, now I'm seeing like ancient coins. I'm just looking off from the camera because I'm looking out the window, watching water as it moves along the river, and the rainforest leaves as they move. And it can help with the channeling, both for myself as well as for you to receive. As I am aware and have been shown that my eyes, my gaze, can impact as well as improve, affect the way that you will receive this message. So we have number 12, reaching for sunset. Number 20, manta ray mermaid. Again, I'm seeing this flock. I know flock's the right word. Oh, my third eye. Wow. So, just gonna sage for a minute. Showing they're showing, what's the word? What is the word? Migrating mentoring. Migrating mentoring. Something about that term may have an effect on you. You may actually be have a spirit guide that is connected to the mentoree. Of course, I don't feel like saying this, but it is part of the channeling. There's also Steve Irwin, who famously died from essentially what I would say is like harassing, with all due respect, harassing and engaging with a giant stingray. I'm also a First Nations person, so the stingray is very connected to my peoples. If you need to take a break at all through this channeling, you're welcome to. I highly recommend, if you have any kind of quartz, it would be beneficial for you to hold the quartz if it's nearby you, or you could go get it. Selenite is also beneficial for the receiving of this message. Just clearing my third eye. Wow. As I repeat, I did have many dreams last night. Many astral channeling is interesting. It's like there are extra layers of the dreamscape that are opening up to me. And this has been hard work for my third eye. I'm sure you've worked out by now that I'm not just telling you stories of myself. These are messages that will be beneficial to you, or you may be experiencing as well. So let's just cleanse you for a minute. And let's just let go of some perceptions. Yeah, let's just let go of some of the dogma that you may have grown up with as a child. And particularly if you have a parental figure who is very science orientated. You may also have Indigenous heritage, like contemporary Indigenous heritage in this incarnation, in your literal bloodline as well. It's important that you understand that there are many types of bloodline. I don't really know how to explain that at this moment. It's something I understand on some kind of intuitive level, that there is DNA that is in your physical blood, and there is also encoding of a DNA within your light body, within your auric field, within your soul's memory. They're showing molecular structure that's connected to the soul. Lots of you are working through trauma around past lives. That came through yesterday as well in the channeled message. My voice doesn't really sound like mine at the moment, but that is part of the channeling. I'm being drawn to mention that I also there's some presence here that I'm not familiar with. That's a good, benevolent, loving presence. Divine feminine energy, very ancient. They're showing me tattoos. And the Amazonian women. Please give me clear divine guidance. The most beneficial for everyone involved. Sorry. Ooh. Yeah, so there's a lot of trauma that is coming out around past lives at this time. A lot of you have experienced the witch trials. I'm sorry for what you lived through then, and I'm sorry for what your soul's memory holds now. I hope that you find peace and comfort and silver linings and learnings, and know how strong you are to have survived your soul essence, to have survived the witch trials. Moro moi. Oh, there's a song coming in. Is that a song? It's so old. I don't know this song. Something about like fair lady. That's definitely not in me. I don't think that's in any of my past lives. Hold on. Okay, Golden Mermaid. Golden Mermaid and Mermaid. Guramaid. What language is this song? They're saying it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And they're joking with me about my light language. And saying that there is no record of the ancient dialect that holders of light language sing, speak, know, hold. They're saying something about Morocco, but I was actually trying to say now they're saying Mayans. They're talking about the Mayans. Looking into the Mayan calendar connected to this time will be beneficial. They are thanking me. Very thankful to allow the song to come through the ice. Now they're showing me Ice Age playing around, right? The movie Ice Age, and the little creature that is like trying to hide its treasure. Wow. Okay. Now I'm seeing huge pearlescent wings. Again, they mentioned Mesopotamia. Many of you have shared lives. With me and others in the hanging gardens. Just repeating that this is a completely protected space, casting off any malevolent energies, any unwanted forces, or forceful forces. Let's call the moon in a little bit. Hey, moon energy, of course, is connected to water. I've also been channeling a lot of information about this is so interesting, my voice. Channeling a lot of information around mermaids of late. And the massacres of the mermaids. So we have number 23, Golden Mermaid. I've also been working with or receiving a lot of channeling around gold. I've been seeing gold in the clouds, golden sunlight, golden aura. We also, if I'm not mistaken, are still in the echo and the sphere of the super moon and blue moon. We love the moon, they are saying. We love the moon. We are thankful for the moon. We are thankful for the tides. But we are running out of time. A lot of you will benefit from working with the color gold, from calling in yellow, mustard, gold. I just heard amber, orange, tangerine. Serena as well. And then we have mermaid with pink lotus. I will hold this up to the screen. Mermaid with pink lotus. So lotuses are very important at this time. This has been coming through in meditation a lot as well. And I notice how the lotus flowers in her hair on her left side, which is her receptive side, her feminine side, even though there is no gender in this multi-dimensional space where we read tarot and oracle cards. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, it's pink. It is. That song just keeps coming through. Thank you for your patience as I continue to unlock the gifts within me and tune into the gifts of the collective that are awakening together. I then noticed that one of the lily pads, or the lotus lily pads, I don't know if that's the right term right now, is sitting on between her heart chakra and her so strange, between her heart chakra and her throat chakra. So a lot of you will benefit from working with sound, from moving, dance movement, body work, working with frequency. Particularly frequency is what they want you to be focusing on. They're saying the frequency will help move and shift. Got the key. Anything that is blocking the ancients from stepping forward. So we're just going to call in some frequencies and some codes to help interlock the information that you've just received in this video and the information that will continue to unlock and unfold as you journey forth with this information. If you want to take some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, try and be as grounded as you can at the same time as understanding that the bloodline and the DNA activation is not necessarily in your literal body. You may be feeling this in your auric field, in your energy body, in your light body, in fact. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Remember who you are. Remember who we are. Seek permission. Call in your ancestors. Thank your ancestors as they enter the room. more light language and light codes is coming through. There's another energy stepping forward. This is somehow connected to what are you saying? Indo-European, Indo-Chinese. Now they're talking of this specific islands. Again, they're joking to help me move through this transition of channeling as I share some of the frequency and of channeling that I have been forever moving towards, working towards, and sitting within outside of this camera. Talking about your breath, talking about breathing, talking about the depth of the memory of the lung. I'm not sure what that means exactly, as many channeled messages are not literal. The memory of the lung. And again, I'm hearing the sound of the wind moving across the glaciers. I'm seeing Buddha. Now I'm seeing the Sahara Desert, and they're talking about the ancient seas. Now they're talking of the seven sisters, the land where I am now, the Bunjalung peoples, the ancient culture of so-called Australia, the Indigenous Aboriginals, whatever you call us in your English language, believe that there was an eighth sister who remained. This is connected to the Pleiadian stars. Thank you. Okay, so we have a Pleiadian presence coming forward. They're joking about language again with me. Does not matter. Love is understood beyond language, beyond the tongue. Now they're showing me Chichen Itza and great canoes. I acknowledge Freya. And the Viking blood. They're showing me Viking ships sailing alongside ancient canoes of my peoples. And one canoe holds Buddha. It's fascinating. That's wild. Now they're speaking about Indonesia and showing me a dingo. We had a dingo come here to the property not long ago across the river. Sometimes at night I hear dingoes howling. Now they're talking of the wolf. And with the wolf we are instructed to sit down Interesting, the stuttering as I move in this transitional space of channeling. I see whales. I hear whale song. I see a giant hammerhead shark carrying Thor on its back. Stop it, please. Wednesday. Sorry, that's Wednesday, Adam. Wednesday. Sweetheart. Hey. Hey. Oi. Wednesday. She's doing some sound healing for you as well. Hey. Hey. Come here. Come here, please. She's also featured quite a lot in the first video, part 1. Here's my little baby girl. What? What? Are you on duty? Hey? It's alright. No. You don't have to worry about that. Okay? That's our friends. No, that's our friends. No. Come on. Please. Hey. It's okay. It's alright. Oh, you cookie. Okay, some of you may have pets or furry family members, because for many enlightened, intuitive empaths and clairsentient, clairaudient channels, pets are not just pets, you know. It's all right. Were you having a sleep? Were you having a night-night? Were you asleep? She knows the word sleep. It's pretty cute. Are you going to sleep? Wanna go to bed? Hey? Go to sleep, puppy. Huh? Some of you may need to sleep more, get more rest as these DNA activations take place. I'm hearing that it will be both a very quick rush of DNA activation as well as a long time for these DNA codes to truly take hold, for the ancients to truly speak. Oh gosh. Okay. Is it time for Mummy to take a break? Is that what you're saying? Okay. We might leave it there. This is Codes of Harmony. Thank you so much, everyone who is still here with me. Thank you. Well done. Because that was a big channel. That was a big reading. Yeah, and as I said at the beginning, this is will not resonate with everybody, or not everybody will be on the timeline to be able to receive these light codes, the light language, the messages. Whether or not you can consciously receive this information, the DNA activations will be taking place regardless. The ancients will be stepping forward. I now see a chariot, and they show me the pyramids of Egypt. They are mentioning Lionsgate. Wherever you were, whatever you did on Lionsgate is incredibly significant. That was the 888 portal, the 8th of August, the 8th of the 8th, 2024. This will have ramifications for decades to come, I'm hearing. It's okay. Shh, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. They also want me to mention that I was drawn to do a bunch of shorts yesterday here on YouTube, doing shout outs to different peoples, different energies, different frequencies, different 3D identities that have survived and moved through this juncture in human transformation. The word transformation is coming out a lot, so it's a very transformative time for the collective. I'm just taking a moment to see if there's any last message that that wishes to come through around the ancients. Yeah, and any interaction with the channel is much appreciated. You know, it's important that oracles, mediums, channels really start receiving more of the flowers that they deserve. Now I'm seeing a scarab beetle. Want to go to bed? Want to go to sleep? Is it night time? Yeah. You want to go night? How about you go to bed? Yeah? Say bye bye. Bye YouTube. All you silly humans out there. Okay. Betty bye. Okay, they're asking me to close it off with something I haven't actually shown to the channel yet, which is my bells. Just listen into the frequency. When your mind is overwhelmed, listen into the frequency of the world as it transforms and takes new shape. This comes along with shadow work. Thank you. The ancients insist on the shadow work taking place. Having bells could be beneficial for you. Bells like this, which you can wear on your wrist or your ankles. And they're asking you to dance. I just said dance in the moonlight. Okay, this is Codes of Harmony. And this has been a collective message about the ancients who have awoken under the glaciers. And your past life knows. So I believe more channeling will come in around past lives, and more people will be given access to the Akashic records, to knowledge of their past lives and their future selves. Wow. And they're wanting some of you to start working with labradorite. Is that it? Is that it? They want something else. Just call in blessings. Some of you need to be working with resin incense as much as you are working with traditional or more commonly known incense. What do you want? What do we need? Okay, they're asking for another card or two. Whoa. Okay. It's definitely still in the 60, 70 right now. Please give me clear and divine guidance. That will help me. Oh, what do you want? They just want one more card. What do you want? Okay, of course. That makes sense, actually. Beyond Lemuria. So they're just wanting one oracle card to close it off. Oh, it's so hot. Wow. We're talking about self-monitoring, self-regulating as we move through this transition. Again, they're speaking of transition. If you don't know what Lemuria is, I please encourage you to look into that after this. Again, an ancient civilization that lived in harmony and peace. I also spoke a lot in the channeled message yesterday about how the name Codes of Harmony came to be, and the old name that I used to use. I didn't mention, funnily enough, that light language is also called light codes. So that was also talking about light codes. Like I almost called myself light codes of harmony. And harmony is not just love and light and the sunshine. Harmony is also the moon. Harmony is the dark and the light, is the ability to speak up and be firm and demand boundaries, as well as being receptive and loving and caring. Harmony is connected to I'm seeing the yin and yang, the yin yang symbol. I'm seeing it slowly turning as the world does. That's quite beautiful. I was going to say the balance between your divine feminine, divine masculine. They're insisting on shadow work to take place. Okay, so maybe this card is going to be a message from Lemuria around, yes. Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, full spectrum. So you need to embrace the full spectrum of who you are in order to hear the song of the ancients, in order to understand the ancient being within, to understand the codes that are unlocking, to really embrace and activate and use the ancient DNA coding that is becoming available to us collectively and individually. Oh, my crown chakra, wow. I'm seeing a crown of pearls. A crown of metal. Bronze. They're speaking about bronze. Again, I see the Viking ships. Now Buddha is sitting on the Viking ship. That is so interesting. They're mentioning the Silk Road. Some of you are doing family tree work that is very beneficial for you. Others of you are focusing on the wrong parts of the family tree, I'm hearing. So this connects into this card, which speaks of full spectrum, the full spectrum of harmony, the full spectrum of peace, the full spectrum of the globe, of the seasons, of the weather, of the balance between dark and light, between shadow, the alchemy of the human soul that is at one with all that is at one with the manta ray, that is one with the death that comes and goes, that is at one with the full spectrum of their heart space, their soul space, all that they are, all that you are, all you can be, all we once were, the harmony and peace that we can return to, such as was in the ancient lands of Lemuria. They're showing salmon swimming upstream. The beauty of the salmon giving its life after birthing a new generation. Not all trees that are planted by you will be seen in your generation. I see the ancient banya tree of my peoples, the banya tree, which is from Gondwana times, from the dinosaur times. I now see the land before time, such a, like, I'm sure that I had spiritual experiences as a child watching that. The land before time, me and my brother used to love watching that. Now they're speaking of orphans and reminding us that we are all children of the sky and the earth, of the sun and the moon, of the sand and the seas. We are full spectrum children. Some of you may be quote unquote on the spectrum. This spectrum is a rainbow. They're now showing a rainbow moving through the snow. It's very beautiful. As the snow is falling, there is a rainbow streaming, streaking, flooding through this veil of snow. This veil of snow is like your self-perception of the 3D reality. Okay, I feel like I'm under the ice now. And they're talking about hibernation. There are certain frogs, certain fish, is that true? Certain bears, certain creatures that go into hibernation and can make their heart slow down so that they're using the most limited amount of energy to stay alive in this deep state of hibernation. This is what you've been doing. Many of you have been doing this for years, I'm hearing. Some of you for months, some of you for weeks. Some of you are only going into this space of hibernation. I'm feeling a blue light running from my crown chakra to my third eye, which is interesting because I have a scar that runs from my third eye to my crown chakra. I'm feeling like itchy on my left side, the divine feminines, the rise of the matriarch, the balancing. They are saying the round table holds space for the matriarch. Of course, gender is also this spectrum. Gender was known as a spectrum by indigenous peoples far, long before there was ever something known as pride, before there was ever something known as the gender spectrum. We can look to the native peoples of so-called America who had 7 different types of gender. Now they're showing me an ancient indigenous man dancing, doing what we call the shake a leg. He's laughing back at me, this old fella. Yeah, I see you, he's saying. Yeah, I see you, daughter. Full spectrum. I'll show this card to you now. To wrap up, as we've just gone over the hour, 1 hour, 04, 40 on the tick over clock. This blue light, I feel this blue light running from my crown chakra to my third eye. Some of you may be also feeling this sensation. That's interesting. There's like a light. All of the chakras are lit up, including the Earth Star and the Soul Star, which I've been also channeling and speaking about here in this space on Codes of Harmony. Shaking your head also helps you go into a meditative state. Please do this carefully. They're talking about Tricky, the musician. I once saw Tricky perform and he was shaking his head so much, and it was because he was taking himself into an altered state. I love Tricky's music. You could look into that. That could be beneficial for you. The frequencies will be beneficial for many of you. I'm hearing 20%. I don't know what that means at this time. maybe 20% of the shaking that you feel drawn to do. Now they are talking about head banging and the feeling of head banging. And now they're talking about how children sometimes dare each other to jump into a swimming pool after spinning around in circles. And they're showing the manta ray in the swimming pool. Many different sizes and forms of manta ray in a rainbow: purple, pink, blue, orange, yellow. Every morning I pray to the water and I sing a song that goes, hold on, do I have my rattle? I don't have my rattle here. Oh, the bells. Okay. We pray to the water. We pray to the water. We pray to the water. So much is making sense now. We pray to the water. Singing, and this is of course an adaptation of the Hawaiian song, the Hawaiian mantra that goes, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. This is what we sing to the water as we are making amends for the generations before us, for our fathers, mothers, and all the damage the humans have done on this earthly plane. We pray to the water. 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 Singing, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. We're singing this to the ancients here. I encourage you to, if you resonate with this, find this song, this mantra. It will help you. You also do not need to be at a natural water source to pray to the water. You can pray to the water, worship the water in the glass in the morning that you drink before you drink it. You can pray to the tap that runneth. You can pray to the rain that falleth. Interesting, got that Shakespeare, I was going to say twang. That's really interesting. Tapping into my southern past life right there. We pray to the water. We pray to the water. Teach me your ways. Show me your glory. Teach me how to remember all that I am. Teach me your ways. Show me your glory. Teach me how to remember all that I am. Just locking in the information you've received. Another day in the office. All right, I better go before I get cheeky. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. I hope that this download I hope that this download has been beneficial, healing, educational, has in some way given you peace and comfort and allowed you to grow closer to the harmony. Thank you for seeking harmony within, without. Thank you for all that you are, the full spectrum of who you are. This card I will now hold up. Full spectrum, number 26. This is a message from Lemuria. Wow. So she has 4 wings like a dragonfly. Interesting because it's the year of the dragon, the year of activation. She is rooted into the ground. There are vines growing from her Earth Star chakra that is also a Merkaba, if you don't know what a Merkaba is. And I'm now seeing, wow, far out. Okay. So there's these skulls. There's these skulls sitting almost in a round table underneath, underneath the earth. Wow. Fuck. That's amazing. With these little lightning bolts coming from the Earth Star chakra, which also in this card looks like a Merkaba. So you could look into working with Merkaba, unlocking your Merkaba. A lot of importance around the sacral chakra. And they're saying the stars are many. The sky is vast. The earth is deep. The tree roots run far beneath. If you listen, you can hear the roots sing as we do to you. We have been waiting for you to come through. Allow it to flow like water through a river, like wind through a glacier, from your crown chakra through your third eye, through your entire vessel, your entire light body. These DNA activations require surrender. Surrender to the unknown that is deeply known. You have just forgotten, my child. Surrender to the blooming lotus of your crown chakra, the pearlescent phoenix rising from beneath the ice. For she is the sister to the phoenix that has risen from the ashes, who you have known and lived and survived through and alongside and as for so long. Make sure you are earthing at this time and grounding into Gaia. As we worship the water, we worship emotions within. Wow, okay. Now I see the rainbow serpent, the water bearer of my people. Okay. Thank you. Lots of love and codes of harmony.